Welcome back to the channel, guys, and yes guys, Koenigsegg have returned to the Nürburgring Nordschleife and they are bringing the big guns to mark their re-entry. And well, the big guns in question is a Koenigsegg jesko attack prototype, and well, it was spotted properly attacking the ring, and of course due to the damp and wet conditions it couldn't completely pull out its full potential of its 1600 horsepower 5 litre twin turbo V8, and of course all the power going right to the rear wheels. And this being the attack variant, either track focus weapon, this thing is capable of generating a maximum of 1400 kilograms of downforce, and of course this thing was most likely attempting a proper ring time, and of course due to it not fully breaching its potential, there may be more attempts along the line due to the fact that this wasn't pushing it, and when it was pushing, the rear end was completely getting loosey-goosey given the fact of 1500 Newton meters of torque going right to the rear wheels. And well, what else could you expect? And of course, roll the clip. Well guys, what do you think? This thing is a proper Swedish track weapon, and of course due to the complete damp and wet conditions it couldn't completely max out its potential, but nevertheless when it was putting its power down, as you guys could see, the rear end was completely getting loosey-goosey, and given the fact of the 1500 Newton meters of torque and 1600 horsepower that goes right to the rear wheels, it was bound to happen. But nevertheless more attempts will come along the line, and well, I for one, and of course every single Koenigsegg fan out there is very delighted and will be delighted to hear that Koenigsegg are officially back at the Nürburgring and they are bringing it in style with the jesko attack as to mark their proper re-entry. And of course, where do you guys think this will rank? Of course, the top step is held by the legendary Mercedes AMG 1 at a time of 6 minutes 30.70 seconds, and although that is more heavier, that is less powerful, that thing will still be at the top given the fact of all the different factors that you have to consider, given the fact of the technical proper bits of the track, the elevations and the complete sharp corners and all, and not to mention the fact of that being a proper F1 car derived hypercar on its own. And of course, no disrespect to the jesko attack, I love the jesko attack, but nevertheless both are complete phenomenal track weapons, but that will still hold the top step. And of course the second step is held by the 911 GT2 RS by Mante Racing, and that comes in at a time of 6 minutes 38.84 seconds. Now if you ask me, the proper bracket in which I expect the jesko attack to come in is between the 6 minute 35 mark to the 6 minute 45 mark, and of course that is still considerably better, and that will still be beating out the better part of the cars that have done a lap around the ring. But nevertheless, what do you guys think? And of course we don't know if this was running on ethanol, which is what it needs to make out the complete 1600 horsepower, but if it was running on normal pump fuel, it will only have been making the 1280 horsepower mark, which is still considerably more than the AMG 1. But nevertheless, as I said, the complete factors that you have to consider in order for this to even come close to the AMG 1 are completely a lot. And well, but nevertheless it is still a delight to have Koenigsegg back at the Nürburgring, and well, they have brought it back in style with the proper Swedish track weapon, and of course this being a prototype. And of course guys, we are still in the starting months of the year where the complete conditions are damp and it's raining all over, but when we get towards summer, and that's where the Nürburgring comes to life, that's when the jesko attack will also shine and come into its element. But of course it could very much set a lap time and the new record in a damp condition and set a further better record in dry conditions, but of course only time will tell. But nevertheless, I'm pretty sure I speak for every single Koenigsegg fan out there when I say that we are grateful to have Koenigsegg back at the Nürburgring, given the fact that it's nearly been 8 years since we last saw them. And of course there are rumors that Koenigsegg was banned from the Nürburgring and all, but I'm here to say that that is not true, given the fact of in 2015 during a proper FIA led race by a proper WEC race or something, I'm not sure if it was WEC, I may be wrong, but it was in Jan Mardenborough in his Nissan GTR Nismo race car completely took on a corner which is a complete high heel and dips towards a blind corner. His car completely took off, flipped, landed on its roof, killed a spectator, severely injured 2 more, and that's when the proper speed bands were properly brought up on the track, and that's why no car marquee was allowed to properly set a lap time because of the proper speed limits. And of course, since then, a couple of months later, they properly lifted the speed bands because they made complete refinements. They properly changed the spectator standings. They properly brought up the safety standards of the track. They put up proper fences, and thereby it was ready for car marquees to once again come out and lap the Nürburgring fully flat out. And well, that's when in May of 2015 they wanted to do it, but due to the speed bands they couldn't. And well, in 2016, after they made all the refinements and lifted the speed bands, Koenigsegg came out with the 1:1, and well, they set out to set the new record. But it wasn't all sunshine and rainbows for them, because sadly during the flying lap a faulty ABS sensor resulted in the brakes locking up, and the 1:1 severely crashed and literally turned into a miserable wreck, as you guys can see. But thankfully the driver was okay, and well, that is the last time Koenigsegg was ever seen at the Nürburgring. And well, it's 2024 and they're back with a bang with the 1600 horsepower jesko attack to take on the ring. And of course, what do you guys think? And of course, comment below where do you think this will rank up on the leaderboard. And if you ask me, once again, as I said, I want this to completely dethrone the GT2 RS by Mante Racing and take on the second spot, because of course the AMG one is untouchable up there. But nevertheless, what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And of course, we're grateful to have Koenigsegg back at the ring. Well, thanks a lot for watching guys. Remember to hit that sub button and click the bell to ensure you don't miss out on any future videos. Thanks a lot for watching guys. See ya.